I thought I'd give a close-up view of installing the brushes here. I did it in the other videos, but well, I haven't got around to editing them yet. So these are the brushes that I pulled out. This is probably one of the worst ones. You can see, you can actually see it eroded there on the trailing edge. And this is likely because of the fact that I'm running high current levels at low RPMs, and the brushes are advanced timing for high RPM operation. So I get much more arcing on the trailing edge, none on the leading edge, because I'm not running very high voltage or very high RPM. One of the tools I found that's the easiest to manipulate the spring is this is just a little $1 paint can opener. And I can just fit it inside there and very easily, well, you can't really see that, very easily grab it out of the way. It's got that notch in it. So if you're doing enough of it, that's a cheap and easy tool for the job. Not necessary. Quick comparison on brushes. These are the original brushes that came in this motor. Perfectly adequate for normal use, but these are the new brushes. Obviously the biggest change is the size of the coppers. Instead of having two leads, it has 4 leads. And the reason for the 4 leads is this is actually a split top brush. So it's actually really 2 brushes combined into one. They have the little urethane or silicone sheet there to connect the two. They're also insulated, which I really like because I have gotten arcing between these leads and the outer shroud that goes around the motor. But in addition to just the number of leads, the gauge on it, I mean, this is probably twice the copper area per lead, twice the leads, 4 times as much copper area, which the current levels that I'm running, this is really necessary. The other thing I like is the other one is designed to have this fork fitting, which makes it easier to replace the brushes, but there's also the chance that this will slip out. This is a fully retained fitting. It's also, see just the conductor area, it's nice and tinned. So anyway, that's the quick rundown on the brushes. I always put the screws back in where I found them when I remove the brushes, because depending on how many bus bars these go through, the screws will be of different length. I also want to remove any surface corrosion. Not that there is any, because the last time I did the installation, I did this, but just use a brass wire brush. So the installation is pretty straightforward. You can use a screwdriver or a pair of pliers. You want to make sure that you install the brushes the correct way. It should be angled in. If you put it on that way, it's going to wear very quickly. So it's pretty obvious once you see it in there, but just be aware of it. Let's pull that out. Said, one of my favorite tools for this. And since this motor wasn't run with these brushes, before it was run with a different set of brushes, I will spin this motor up and actually prep the comm surface, take off the old material, and get these set in with new material. I'll break these in with the 12-volt battery and probably run it for a good 12 or 24 hours just on the on a 12-volt battery. But that's one down. Just got to go around the line. Typically, I don't do these one at a time. I will install all the brushes physically and then come back and then do all the electrical connections. It's a little bit faster, but for the sake of this video, I did them one at a time.